as regional levels. The 2013 master sample of the Philippine Statistics Authority in order for us to generate reliable estimates both at the national and subnational or regional levels. So we covered all sampling domains or areas stated in this slide. So 81 provinces, 33 highly urbanized cities, and 3 other urban areas. So in the 2023 NNS, we covered these areas from July 2023 to September 2024. Next slide po. So these are the response rates at the household level. We covered 36,000 households from the 42,000 eligible. So our response rate is at 85.9%. And then at the individual level, our response rate is 77.7%. Next slide, please. So these are the results for the smoking status of adolescents, adults, and older persons. So let me start with the definition. So current smokers are those who smoked during the survey either on a daily basis, at least a cigarette or any tobacco product. In-include na rin po namin yung electronic cigarette or on a regular or occasional basis. So occasional basis can be at least once weekly. And the next slide po. We also generated former smokers and never smokers. So former smokers, those who have ever smoked in the past, whenever, whether on a daily or an aggregate lifetime consumption of at least 100 cigarettes, but not daily. And those never smokers naman po ay individuals who have not smoked cigarettes or any tobacco product or nicotine product in their entire lifetime. So in the 2023 NNS, we covered around 26,000 adolescents 10 to 19 years old. And from that, 100,073 reported that they have they are using or smoking at the time of the survey. So the prevalence is, or the percentage is 4.8%. Next slide, please. So if we disaggregate current smoking among adolescents by age group, so we can see here the trend is increasing and it is significant. Next slide po. And then by sex, the percentage is significantly higher among boys at 8.4%. By place of residence, it is slightly higher among those living in rural areas. However, the differences were not significant, as well as for those by wealth quintile. However, we can see here that the percentage is slightly higher among adolescents living in the poorest wealth quintile. Next slide po. So we can see here the trend in the percentage of currently smoking adolescents from 2008. So this is 9.1%. So continuously declining po ang ating percentage until 2021. So the prevalence or the percentage significantly increased to 4.8% in 2023. So here are the trends in the smoking status of adolescents. So this is actually a distribution. So ang total po nito is supposed to be 100%. So from the recent survey, we can see here that never smokers significantly declined from 96.6% in 2021 to 91.3% in 2023. So a number of adolescents during this period initiated smoking po. And then for current smokers, this is the red line, as mentioned previously, significantly increased to 4.8%. And then for former smokers, this also increased in 2023 to 3.9%. So among adults 20 to 59 years old, so we covered a lot. From the 48,924 adults 20 to 59 in the survey, 10,000 reported that they are currently using tobacco or electronic cigarettes. So this is 24.4%. So the percentage of current smokers is 24.4%. Next slide po. So disaggregating our data by age group, so makikita po natin that there are no significant differences by age group from 20 to 29. So this is by decade until 50 to 59. However, you can also note here na significant po ang increase from 2021. This is from 19% to 24.4%. Next slide, please. And then by sex, this is significantly higher among males at 42.9%, slightly higher among adults living in rural areas, and then by wealth quintile, so evident po dito that current smoking is a little higher po among those living in the poorest and poor wealth quintiles. So among older persons 60 years old and above, we covered 16,000 older persons, and around 2,000 reported that they are currently using tobacco or nicotine products. So this is 16.5%. So by age group, makikita po natin a little higher among those 60 to 69 and continuously po nagde-decline until 80 years old and above, 10.7%. Next slide, please. So ganun din po, the percentage is significantly higher among males at 28.4%, significantly higher among older persons living in rural areas, and then I think, yes, significantly higher among older persons living in the poorest wealth quintile. So checking the confidence interval. Next slide, please. So these are the trends in the smoking status of adults 20 years old and above. So we merged na po yung adults and older persons since we are tracking trends since 1998. So as you can see, the red line, nagde-decline po talaga yung ating percentage of current smoking since the sin tax law was passed in 2012, December 2012, until 2021. So the prevalence is 18.5%, and this significantly increased to 2023 at 23.2%. So you can also notice here that never smokers significantly declined from 71.5 and 59.4. And then former smokers din po increased to 17.4 from 2021 data. Next slide, please. So for the type of tobacco and nicotine product use. Next slide, please. So I would like just to note here that our denominator for this slide is among adolescents who currently smoke. So yung ating pong percentage of current users, base smokers, ito po yung ginagamit nila. So as you can see, the use of manufactured cigarettes nagde-decline po since the 2018-2019 ENNS. So in 2023, the percentage of current users of manufactured cigarettes ay 65.4. And then significantly, nag-increase po ang gumagamit ng electronic cigarettes among adolescents to 39.9%. So medyo mataas po yung ating percentage here because our denominator ay among current smokers. So in terms of comparing manufactured cigarettes and electronic cigarettes, there are... Next slide, please. So ito po yung isang illustration of the previous slide. So ginawa lang po naming line graph. So nag-decline po significant ang gumagamit ng manufactured cigarette, and then nag-increase po significantly ang gumagamit po ng electronic cigarettes. Next slide, please. So this is the bar graph naman po among adults 20 to 59 years old who currently smoked different tobacco and nicotine products. So nag-increase po ang use ng manufactured cigarettes from 2021 to 2023. So this is 88.6%. And then nag-increase din po ang use ng electronic cigarettes in 2023. So this is the nasa right side po ng ating slide. Next slide po. And then among older persons, We can also see here the increase in the use of manufactured cigarettes among current smokers. And then dito na rin po lumabas yung use ng hand-rolled cigarettes among older persons. And then this is also notable among older persons, wala pa naman po ganon karaming nagre-report that they are using electronic cigarettes.